A teenager accused of violent crime after violent crime, but released, often with no treatment to change their behavior.
Well, tonight, Lauren Lemanchek finds victims, prosecutors, and lawmakers all demanding change.
I believe I said hi to him.
He never saw it coming.
I got him off my back, and there were 3 more people that were trying to get to me.
Jumped outside his neighborhood convenience store by a group of teenagers yelling,
Hit him, get the keys.
The first to hit Craig was just 14 years old and already bearing a tattoo reading "Heartless" on his forearm. When Craig tried to fight back and get away, the teens kept attacking him in his car. That was 2019.
Did anyone ever tell you what happened in your case?
No.
Here's what happened to that boy who we'll call TD. Records show he was found incompetent to stand trial, in part because of his young age, and in part because of mental illness caused by an early life filled with abandonment and abuse.
And in the 4 years since this assault,
Take a look. These are the crimes he's been charged with since then.
things only got worse.
It's terrible.
More than a dozen new charges.
Thank you, justice system.
TD's case is another example of a juvenile justice failure exposed by KARE 11. A teenager found incompetent to stand trial, but instead of getting help, was allowed to continue a downward spiral.
That's the frustrating piece of this, is that we often see that in these types of cases, there's a finding of incompetence to stand trial, and then there isn't necessarily like an option then to deal with this issue to get the behavior to stop.
Ramsey County Attorney John Choi says in his county there's been a huge increase in kids found incompetent to stand trial. And when that happens, there's no way for the criminal court to require them to get mental health services.
And if we could focus on that population, right, and do more serious and more intensive interventions, I think we could actually change all of this.
Since the assault on Craig, records show TD's been accused of 19 more felony crimes in 3 different counties: stealing cars, armed robbery, carjacking, and multiple alleged domestic assaults against the teenage mother of his child that authorities say included punching and strangulation, attacks so severe they put her in the hospital. TD was in a revolving door, charged with a crime, found incompetent 11 times, let go again. But though he was supposed to get mental health treatment, records show he never did. Social worker reports claim he refused to participate in children's mental health services. And because of a gap in current Minnesota law, a judge couldn't force him to.
It's a mess right now.
Senator John Hoffman reviewed TD's case and our findings on a broken juvenile incompetency system and is now vowing to hold hearings on the issue.
I think it goes back to, how do you get that mandated? How do you get that service mandated?
For the safety of the public and the welfare of children.
What happens if we don't do something when they're young? When they become adults? Now they're in the prison system, right?
Right now, TD remains in juvenile detention on a domestic assault charge, awaiting a ruling on whether he'll be found incompetent and released again. Craig, the first victim, can only shake his head at failure after failure.
If he honestly is ill, he needs the right direction, the right help. But this isn't the answer, is it?
For KARE 11 Investigates, I'm Lauren Lemanchek.
If you have something you'd like our I-Team to look into, contact us at investigations@kare11.com.